Emery Brown's interdisciplinary approach to the study of anesthesia has led him to transform the field's understanding of consciousness.
So in addition to being an anesthesiologist, I'm a statistician. And I was working on developing statistical methods to analyze neuroscience data. So I spent a lot of time with neuroscientists. I started to see how they thought, what sort of questions they were asking and answering. And I think the main insight that I had was that it wasn't enough to understand just simply what type of receptor the drug is binding to. You needed to understand how you then set off a whole series of effects which lead to you, let's say, becoming unconscious or not perceiving pain.
Brown's studies of the brain patterns created by anesthesia made way for better controlled use of anesthesia based on the mechanisms of each drug.
So you give patients anesthesia and you see them, let's say, lose consciousness. You put EEG on their forehead, and what you see are these very, very strong oscillations. They happen the same way when you give the same drug, to patients. And as we started to study this more and more, we realized that it wasn't just phenomenology, it wasn't something that was happening, but it was insights into the mechanisms of what the drugs were doing. So now we realize that if we're able to have better control over the specific components like the unconsciousness, the pain, then we can probably achieve the states with less drug and fewer side effects. Because you can pick drugs to target different circuits in the brain.
Today, Brown's research is helping progress in other parts of neuroscience, such as schizophrenia and chronic depression, as well as pain management more generally.
As we give drugs to patients, the more we think about them and what they're doing, the greater the insights we'll get into not only how they can be used to take care of patients in the operating room, but they have very far-reaching implications for other questions in what I'd call clinical neuroscience.